Progress, y'all, progress. So today I decided to get out the house a bit. And to be honest, I just wanted to be outside of the house when my mom got here because my mom just likes to get home and start yelling. That's one of the reasons why I have to have my own place, dude, like soon. So yeah, I got out the house. I was like, okay, I have to kill a couple of hours. I was like, okay, let me get on a mission that I thought I was gonna get on by the time I got my equipment and or my not my equipment but my stock. You know, the stock hasn't arrived yet. It's still on the way. The people the courier people tell me that I should expect the stock in about also the supplier themselves tell me that they tell me that I should expect the stock in like 3 business days or so, 3 or so business days. So I thought I was going to do it then. Once I thought that was the next step, not the first step. It turns out the first step was the first action really was this one. So I decided, okay, let me just go to a bunch of school, like university campuses, and ask around because you'll remember that I don't have the know-how. So I decided, okay, let me kill some hours by doing this. So I walked all the way there. It's like a bunch of K's there and back. I'm on foot. I'm on foot. So I walked there, and I don't know if I should give you like the abbreviated story or not. So maybe I should tell the full thing. So I get to the first college. They tell me that the engineering faculty is in a different location, and I didn't even know of that. So I was like, okay, that's not a problem because really that the first school that I went to, the first university, was third on the list of the universities that I ranked, in terms of quality, I guess. Yeah, it's on the lower end of quality. So I wasn't really stressed about that. I was like, okay, let me go to the main uh campus that I had in mind anyway, seeing as it's it's relatively close to you guys, you know. Quite close actually. I have no idea how it's so close, but then the quality such a large gap in quality between you guys. But yeah, I walk there and I meet one of the security guys. I tell him my story. He refers me to the other security guy. I tell him my story, and he's very open and helpful, you know, to assisting me. It's this is one of those moments where so was the administration lady who eventually or who ultimately gave me the numbers that I still have to call regarding this because it's Friday, everyone's at home, it's test week, therefore I came at a bad time. But then I'm not really pressed about that because I just I came there on a whim. I went there on a whim, so I wasn't too pressed about that. He was just very friendly, as well as her. And this is one of those moments where I feel like I could, where I feel like I could just be in a position where I could have disposable income to, treat these people. I was very friendly, very loving, very, warm assistance from them. This is one of those moments where I feel like I could just go and get the security guy like, some a gift bundle of sorts. You know what I mean? Like get him some cologne, some so just stuff men like. I'd have to brainstorm, but yeah, like some cologne. What else do men like, dude? Yeah, and then for the administration lady, I'll get her like, I don't know, a chocolate, some chocolates, alongside other things. I just can't think of those things right now. So yeah, it's one of those periods where like I feel like I could do good for people, you know. And it sucks being in this kind of position where you want to pour your heart out for, people like this, for your friends and family, for the people that your heart, no diddy, but your heart like beats for, you know. randomly I'll think about all the good that my brothers have done for me. And it's almost like there's a voice in my head trying to tell me that I need to do right by them, you know? It's almost like there's a voice that's saying you still have to, you know, set your man's right, you know? You still have to do so and so. Because when you do a good deed for someone, and they truly appreciate it, you don't have to run after them trying to get them to do good by you. If they truly appreciated it, their heart will tell them. My heart is still telling me that I need to do good by my brothers, man. Countless times they've done, you know, good by me. You know, I can give you specific instances, and I think I should, just to show you how much I appreciate these dudes. But then that will kind of isolate that particular good. You know. So if I truly wanted you to get the full scope of the good that they've done for me, I would have to like sit here and highlight everything that they've done. So yeah, today, just to bring it back home, today was successful, and as we were, because the security guy, right? He walked me up the stairs to where the administration lady was, and to where all the officers were for all the lecturers and stuff. You know, we only spoke to the administration lady. As he walked me down the stairs, as I was going home, he told me that, you know, the lecturers and the students, they're actually looking for this kind of thing. They're actually looking for people to step up and, you know, provide opportunities to the students, and to give them a reason to flex their muscle, their academic muscle, to give them a reason to do get practical and do what they've been learning, you know, real world stuff. He told me this. He told me that they're looking for, you know, opportunities like you're offering. And I was warmed by that. That made me feel like I'm doing something right, you know? I was warmed by that. It made me feel like I was on the right track. It made me feel like I took the right step, you know, because again, I spoke about this previously, but when you're on your own and when you're in your own thoughts without anyone else, it's very easy for you to doubt yourself. It's very easy to doubt that which you're doing. So to hear another human being, I don't talk to this, I don't talk about this to my family. I don't talk to my family about this. I made this exact same mistake in the previous video. Same grammatical mistake. Grammatical? Same grammar mistake. Maybe grammatical is correct and I'm just being paranoid. So I was warmed by that, and I was encouraged by that. I have plenty of courage, but then it depletes. It depletes. So hearing him say that encouraged me, and I shook his hand, dude. I was like, sir, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's Friday now, you know, like I said. So yeah, he only told me that. He only told me that after he heard my story, after he heard that I was looking for electrical engineer students or lecturers or anyone who's in the know about electrical engineering. You don't have to, you know, it doesn't have to be a bachelor's degree. It doesn't have, I don't know what these things are anyway, you know. It doesn't have to be a diploma. You just have to have a fundamental understanding of electrical engineering. So after he heard that, he was like, yo, yeah, they're looking for dudes who are stepping up like that, So I was warmed by that. So then I walked myself back home, and yeah, it was a successful day. Very successful day. I found that I didn't have to visit as many campuses as I thought. I only visited 2. I was successful after visiting 2, because initially I was going to hit up as many as possible just to, get as many results as possible, as many options as possible. But I think I'm in good hands after reaching out to this particular campus in my city. The administration lady, handed me, wrote down, hand wrote. Yeah, just wrote down a bunch of numbers for me to call. And I'll be doing so on Monday. And the reason that is because it's the weekend now, and it's test period for them. So I'll be calling on Monday to inquire about the best possible time to meet these potential students. So yeah, one thing I failed to make clear. Also, it really wasn't the time to make it clear, because she's just giving me the numbers. I'll discuss everything, all the nitty gritty, all the details with the numbers that or the people whose numbers she wrote down when I call them or when I meet up with them, right? But yeah, in that moment, I did want to make it clear that I'm not exactly hiring these dudes, because to be honest with you, I'm not in a position to hire anyone or compensate anyone for their work. I'd love to do that. Trust me, I'd love to say I'd love to slide a bit of money their way and be like, yo, here you go, person, I appreciate your efforts. But I'm at that stage. I'm at that point in time where I need to ask and hope to receive. I'm at that stage where I need to ask and hope to receive, and make it clear that that's what you want. I don't want to lead anyone on. I want to make that very clear when I talk to the lecturers, the students, that I can't compensate you. And I'll be asking them, I'll be humbly asking them to look at it from a perspective of learning rather than earning. I'll be asking them to look at it from a perspective of flexing their practical muscle, flexing the muscle that they've been training all these years in their electronic engineering classes and stuff. I'm going to be asking them to look at it as if I'm providing them a golden opportunity, and not them providing me with a valuable, exchange or a valuable service. Even though that's exactly what it is. So yeah, once I'm done with this whole phase of everything, I'm hoping to walk away knowing how to solder. I according to the internet, if internet is anything to go by, soldering is very easy. I've seen 5-minute videos explaining it. I'm sure you can even find shorts and reels and short form content that explains how to do it even faster than 5 minutes, or even quicker than 5 minutes. But yeah, it seems easy. So I do want to walk away knowing how to solder. I don't have a soldering iron. I don't have solder. I don't have anything that has to do with that. I don't have flux, I think it's called, that little gel. I don't have it. So I'm kind of hoping to finesse here, because there's no other choice, right? So I'm after all of this, I'm hoping to walk away knowing how to solder, knowing how to program, no, knowing how to flash code on microcontrollers. I don't necessarily have to know how to code or how to program the effects and stuff, because that's one thing that I am man enough to admit that I don't think I'll be able to truly get the grasp of, and I recognize that's something that I'm always gonna need someone beside me in order to accomplish. I think. So yeah, soldering, flashing, the pre-written code that a person writes for me, or that we both develop, having been seated together working on this project, working on these pedals. What's a third thing? What's a third thing that I need to walk away knowing how to do? Differentiating between, the cables or the wires between the ground and the power and the whatnot. Knowing how to assemble the pedal and all the components. That one I'm fairly familiar with. I do that on my free time anyway. That's how I came to love this side of pedals, the assembly, the production side of pedals. Yeah, I think that's about it. Soldering, flashing, and yeah, any other miscellaneous thingies that could, fall into a third thingy. I'm still kind of thinking about the flashing part. Because not only would I need to encounter someone who knows how to assemble or how to, put together electronic components, I need to know someone who knows how to program microcontrollers and stuff. Because these are two different ballparks. But then I think they're like intertwined. Because I can't imagine you'd study electronic engineering for years and years, and then them not introduce a side of programming. I feel like I'm gonna struggle with, trying to find someone who knows how to program, because I've struggled in the past with IT guys. They're the worst people on earth to do business with. The worst. I'm posting this on my, well, currently it's still called the Widest2 channel. I might change it at a later stage. I might just change it to my name. I might just call it Buitumelo. Oh no, but currently it's called the Widest2 program. The Widest2 channel. If you go through my community posts, you'll see just how often I complain about dudes who did information technology / computer science / IT / coding. They are the worst people to work with. I don't think I want to dive into that right now, because I'm going to transform this 19-minute video. What's 19 times 2? Into double 19. I'm not good with numbers. No, I'm not good with numbers. Yeah. I'm optimistic, dude. Hearing the kind gentlemen say that they need these guys, they need dudes like you offering this kind of opportunity, it really gave me the boost that I needed. Because I'm gonna say this and it's gonna sound arrogant, but then it's not coming from a place of arrogance. It's actually coming from a place of incompetence. I'm not. I don't think I'm a. At least career-wise, I'm not a follower. I have no choice but to lead because I can't take basic instructions. You know, that's a huge part of the reason why I'm 21 and I have no no, I'm 22, sorry. And I have no working experience. You know? Yeah, but then I don't want to introduce the fact that, you know, we need more employers in my country, because I think I've already covered that, and I don't want to make this video longer than it already is. But yeah, I've gone on for a while now, and yeah, I'm just happy. I'm just happy. Today was a very progressive day. Yeah, yeah. I'm motivated. I'm motivated. I'm motivated. I'm thinking about how, in the event a student sits down and works with me, the 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 module or the lecturer or the class would want to hold on. Yeah, the class would want to see what they've been doing with me. So basically to gauge their learning abilities or their I don't know, man. Basically, I'm just thinking about how I might need to be there at campus alongside the person who worked with me to demonstrate the product that they've helped me build for their, you know, marks or whatever, for their final score or something. So as a result, I'm thinking about a scenario where I'm there in class with my guitar, trying to explain to the people what a reverb pedal is, because these people don't know about pedals, dude. There's no market for this kind of stuff in at least in my city. There's a bit of a market for this stuff in like Johannesburg and Cape Town, because those are bigger cities, you know, multiple, you know, insane amount of people there, millions and millions of people there, you know. There's no market down here for this kind of stuff. That's a topic for another day.